Hey everyone, Steve Vincent here. Just wanted to put another video out on money because it's the first of the year, and this is usually sets the tone for the entire year. Put a video out about the money mindset. Some people think money's bad. Some people think rich people are bad. You know, they're greedy. I hear a lot of that stuff on their ways, and it's not true. Um, you know, there's ambition, different levels. If you're working for a company, your ambition is to make as much as you can, learn as much, and get as valuable skills as you can to then make some money, or you go find another job that will pay you more for the job that you're wanting to get to advance yourself. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's not greedy. That's the American way. It's what capitalism is about. It's about providing more value to the marketplace and then having those skills that you've acquired pay you more money so you can have a higher quality of life. Same thing with entrepreneurs like my family, and we work hard to get our money to work for us. So that's the purpose of this video, is maybe to turn your mind around, get your thinking out of your head that having money is not bad. Having money is really, really good, and it can do a lot of great things. You just have to think that rich people aren't all bad. They don't all pay their taxes, but it's a different game. If you've got money, if you're wealthy, you talk to people that are employees and you listen to how their world is, you realize you have a different world. It's not the same world anymore. Um, and I can tell you, having been on both sides, mainly on the wealthy side or the rich side, it's a different game. It's not the same. You can apply yourself as an employee and you can make as much as you can, but my goal for you is to understand how you can utilize that money to make you more money. So is it all about making money? No, it's not about making money. It's about the quality of life that you want to live. And I can't tell you how many times I've driven around and seen people that we've got friends that are unhappy where they're at, that they don't make a lot, but they've got a lot of obligations. That's not a way to live. So when you think of money, you think of how can I use this money to make me more money? In other words, how do I hire money to make more money? That's how I look at it. You know, if you've got money coming in, you've got money that you're saving to a side, what's the purpose of it? You want it to make money. So there's lots of ways you can do it. You can go into real estate. You can go into the stock market. You can get some mutual funds, which isn't the stock market, but it mirrors the stock market. Um, you can build a business. You can social media. Um, there's lots of different ways you can sell things, open up a store, sell things to make money. But the issue is, or the point really being, is that you want to find ways to have your money working for you. So let's say you go to sleep, which we all do, money should be working for you. So um, talk about doing the stock market. I wouldn't advise putting all your eggs in that in the basket, but there is a strategy or way you can do it without lowering the risk of loss and putting yourself in a position where you can make money. So from my perspective, I only put money into stocks that pay a dividend. I don't buy anything else. Reason is because I want a chunk of the American dream, but I want the stock to pay me a dividend so that I know that my money is working for me. So what we do is we have a few bank accounts. We put all of our dollars into one. Most of them that we're going to be buying assets with, put into one account. That one account then is used to acquire properties and acquire assets. The other accounts are just business accounts that take care of themselves operating. So we have a budget in each one. It's got a minimum in each one, and I know how much money has to be in there to keep that business operating. And then the extra goes into another account where I stock it up, stock, or stack it up, if you will, until the purpose is to go buy another real estate asset that's going to pay us cash flow. I have stocks that I buy. Like I said, they all pay dividends, and we've got some mutual funds that I've got. And those mutual funds, there's not a lot in the account on purpose because we used a lot of it to buy the house that we're in now, and it's slowly going to be building back up again. But I look at that money as not as gone money, but as money that's there in case I absolutely have to have it. So I don't like the emergency side of things because the emergency is like, what do you use in an emergency? Okay, well, that's not. A uh, I want to have an amount of money put to a side that I can use for what I need to use it for. Um, and then there you go. I add to it, and it's got a purpose. So if you're looking to expand, assets, capital, that money could be used to do that. So anyway, going back to my original point, um, getting your dollars and getting those dollars to work for you. Put down a list of things that you can do. Savings accounts at banks don't work. They just don't pay enough. Stock market is kind of risky, but there are low risk things you can buy that pay a dividend, and you can grow your money that way. So then when you stockpile this up, there is a method to use that money without paying taxes. And I know this sounds bad. People are like, oh my God, you're not going to pay your taxes. Yes, I pay my taxes. I'm saying that when you stack up money and invest it, there is a way to access capital without paying taxes. And the way we do that is through a loan. Another way to do that is you can get a life insurance policy, like a whole life or universal life. I don't sell those, I don't have any, but these are just things you can get into that pay a interest, and that interest is paid yearly as long as you've got your costs covered. And you can use that money then to borrow against, tax-free, to do what you want. Now, the reason why you want to go down this tax-free or buying a loan, and the reason why it's helpful, is taking a loan out against your assets, like a HELOC or you're against your capital, is tax-free. But the key kicker is you should be buying things that are going to pay your return. For example, if you have a HELOC, let's say you've got $300,000 in equity sitting somewhere, and they give you 250, 245, or whatever. Use that money then to go buy a real estate asset that will cash flow, so that cash flow will then pay that payment off, and you're not having to pay out of pocket. You don't ever want to pay out of pocket for anything when it comes to real estate. You want the real estate to pay it. So those are some of the things. Now the cool part is Uncle Sam says, well, you took a loan out. There's obviously a payment. Not going to tax you. You can't be taxed on a loan. It's impossible. It's not income. It's a loan. It's a debt, and that's why they do that. So that's one way. There's lots of others I'll share with you as we go along. But mainly, turn your mind around and put money as a good friend, a best friend, that you can use then to help you make more money down the road. Whether it's a little drip here and there that's got peace of mind, and you keep adding more drips and more drips, and pretty soon you get a bunch of drips coming at you. That's cool. That's what we have. And then you start to use that money to then make more money, and then you've got this engine working for you. So without going any further, because I could talk about this all day, wanted to share a few tidbits with you to kind of get you on the verge of taking advantage of the entire year and building a different mindset that money is your friend, it's your ally, and it wants to work. Money wants to work, and you have to deploy it to work. And when you get it working for you, good things are going to happen. And you're going to start to see that, hey man, I've got my money maxed out. It's working heavily for me. I don't have to pay it anything. It's making me money, which is what you want. And then you can sit down and figure out, okay, my quality of life is almost met, or this is where I'm going with my quality of life. This is what I want to do. And I promise you, when you sit down and think to yourself, if I won the lottery, think about this, profoundly think about it, how would that change my life? So if it changes your life profoundly, then think about what you're doing with your money and why you're not copying that or applying that same mentality to the money that you have or you're growing to make you more money. Because at the end of the day, if it's a quality of life issue and you want to have a certain quality of life, but you're not there yet, don't wait for the lottery. Take the money that you currently have, stack it with a purpose to go do that thing that's going to help you build the quality of life that you want. So thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. Share, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think of this. But I know there's lots of people hurting, and these videos are all about that. Get the ego out of the road. Sit down and realize you don't have all the answers, because if you did have all the answers, you wouldn't be where you're at, and you would be happy. And I know a lot of people are not happy. So not trying to toot my own horn, but I've been around a few years. I've had some great experiences. I've got some great skill sets. We've built a lot, and I can help you. I can seriously help you get you where you want to go. But you got to check your ego at the door and realize that if you're unhappy and not where you want to be, you don't have all the answers. You need answers. You have questions, and you need people to help you get there. I can do that for you. Thanks for watching.